very much. Judge Moody and Director Addison, I want to thank you, and I want to thank the people here at the Presidential Center, Stephanie Street, and our librarian, Jay Barth, for hosting this celebration. Congressman Hill, thank you for being here. He leaned over to me when all of you were standing up, because we have done a lot of these here. He said, it never gets old. It never gets old. I want to thank Senator Pryor for being here, and Joy, and the elder Judge Moody, and Lisa, thank you for being here. But most important to all of you who came from 21 other nations, thank you for bringing your talents, your hard work, your perseverance, and your dreams to the United States. Our nation is now richer because you are part of it. In many ways, I know it's not easy to leave behind all you've ever known to begin somewhere else. But by taking that leap of faith, you've become a part of a movement that has shaped our republic from the very beginning. 7 of the 39 people who signed the United States Constitution were immigrants. So, your forebears had a lot to do with the oath you just swore to uphold. 8 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence in 1776 were immigrants. Over the last 2.5 centuries, people from every corner of the globe have come here. And through their hard work and sacrifices, they have made America the greatest experiment in representative democracy in history. That's the good part. You know, and I know, it's not always been a rosy experience. The road has sometimes been rocky. There are always people who are afraid of change and afraid of difference. That is true in every country. But so far, we have stumbled in the right direction. We have continued to widen the circle of opportunity, to deepen the meaning of freedom, to strengthen the bonds of our community. That's what I have always believed it means to follow the dictates of the preamble of the Constitution, which says this whole business is about forming a more perfect union. Today you join a nation still unlimited in its potential, and obviously held back by our deep divisions. But your energy, your imagination, your dreams can be part of our renewal. Yes, a couple of days ago, we had President's Day. And up in New York, I had a sick dog. My dog burst its gallbladder, had a tumor on its spleen. I had to take it to a pet hospital. And she was operated on and recovered. So I went to pick her up. And I'd never been to this place before. It was amazing. It was huge, and there were people who had Ivy League educations and people who had the most interesting tattoos I'd ever seen, all working there together. And I met two immigrants. I met a woman from Latvia who said that America had been a beacon of hope to her country when they threw off the shackles of communism, and people still talked about a trip I took there in 1994 when 40,000 people in the Capitol at 10 o'clock at night were standing with their candles lit. Not for me, but because I represented this country. And then I met a woman who was clearly involved in a treatment for cancer, but she was there bravely to get her little dog, who told me she was born in Romania when Nicolas Ceausescu was perhaps the most harsh dictator on the face of the earth. And she thanked me for going to Romania and for supporting democracy. She said, but I had to get out of there before you came. So I came here, and my life has been wonderful. It's impossible to put a value on what it does for a country like ours to try to accommodate people who come with all these different amazing stories. Every one of you has a story. I wish we had time to hear them all today. And somehow we have to put it into a quilt that enables us to form a more perfect union. Today, we sometimes forget how good it is for our economy, all of you. For every 5 immigrants, 6 more jobs are created in America. First-generation immigrants are 80% more likely to start a new business than people who were born here. First and second-generation immigrants comprise 25% of our population, but have created 45% of the Fortune 500 companies. In other words, we need you every bit as much as you need us. And I honor you and thank you for making this decision. Our birth rate today in America is the lowest it's been in 90 years. People were shocked by the financial crash in 2008. They were stunned by the number of people who died in the COVID epidemic and how long it took to get over. But we now are having babies at far below the rate necessary to even keep our population stable, much less grow. We need you. Because the world has so much turmoil, political turmoil, changes in the climate, all kinds of horrible problems happening to people. There are more people moving across borders today all over the world than at any time since World War II. And it creates a problem for management of the borders. You just heard our director saying you qualified for citizenship. And he went through all the specific requirements that you had met. And I know it wasn't easy for all of you. The American people are not anti-immigrants. They're worried about the chaos and things they don't know and things they can't understand. And so we have to come together and figure out what to do about that. But we can never forget that the continued open door symbolized by the Statue of Liberty has always been essential to who we are and grows more so every year. So the only thing I would like to ask you to do is to make sure you demonstrate in your life and in your words and in your friendship that America was right to bring you in. And not by your silence. We've got voter registration here. Register to vote, whatever your politics. Say what you think about the issues. Wade into the contentious things going on in America and around the world. That's what a democracy does. But never forget that our diversity is a great strength when we agree on the goal and we fight about how best to get there. And we do it in good faith. As long as that happens, 100 years from now, some other former president will be standing at a ceremony like this, thanking your successors. Because there will always be change, always be turmoil, always be movement, and hopefully the American dream will always have an attraction for people like you. We are honored to have you as Americans, and I wish you well. Thank you very much.